Nelson Mandela. Amanda! You are Winnie Matshikiza, the first black social worker they've ever hired. You're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen.
I heard you have a lot of girlfriends. I'm different.
All right, the long-awaited film and much-anticipated film, Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom, has finally premiered in Toronto, and last night a South African trailer was launched. This work has taken decades to put together, and we have the brains behind it. Anant Singh is in our Durban studios, and here with me in studio, I've got Lindiwe Matshikiza, who plays the role of Zinzi Mandela in the movie. Good to have you, Lindiwe. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thanks for
and
that.
of course, Anant, congratulations to you, and welcome to Morning Live as well.
Thanks, Leanne, and hi, Lindiwe.
Hi.
Anant, how are you feeling? I mean, the trailer was released last night, well, the longer trailer for South African audiences. How are you feeling this morning?
You know, it's really very exciting that 25 years of a journey coming to fruition, and especially that it's coming to South African audiences. The reaction was fantastic. You know, it's all finally happening. It's been an exciting time, and you know, this whole week, last week we were in Toronto with Lindiwe, and here we are today in Durban and in South Africa, launching the film for release later this year.
Yeah. And I can't begin to tell you how excited we all are to eventually see this, because this trailer gives me goosebumps. Every time I see it, it just awakens something inside of me. I don't know, this might just hit the spot. What was the reaction like in Toronto? Anant, I'm going to ask you first, and then I'm going to get Lindiwe's opinion.
You know, we decided that Toronto was a great platform for the film because it's a combination of the media, the industry, critics, and also public. And it really was quite an exceptional experience that we had all these people come together, and you know, it was almost surreal because when the movie ended, we had this amazing standing ovation, and I actually thought it was a few minutes long, but when I was told that it ran through all of the credits, which were about 8.5 minutes,
oh, wow.
It was quite phenomenal.
Oh.
And the reaction from the critics, from the media in general, was quite fantastic. You know, taking the performances, the quality of the film, and it's very, very a proud moment because it's a South African film, and that it's come to fruition, and we have this great opportunity to present to the world Madiba's story.
All right, Lindiwe, let's get your perspective. I mean, you acted in the movie. You sitting in this premiere in Toronto, this audience standing for 8.5 minutes. What was it like for you as a South African actress sitting there?
And there are people calling down from the balcony above, like, well done, you were wonderful, it's incredible. There's such a range of actors in the film, and most of them are South African.
Love that.
And it's great that people get to see that. You know? It was epic. It was very glamorous and very surreal.
Yeah.
And I keep saying to Anant that it's really going to land when we open here, and we hear what South Africans are saying about it, and where it takes them, you know.
Because obviously this is the most critical audience, because this is, you know, this is our father you're talking about, and this is the movie about our father's life. So
and the time, and everyone that lived through that time. And,
exactly. What was it like for you playing Zinzi? Did you manage to spend some time with her?
I didn't. We keep missing each other, unfortunately, which maybe is good, maybe not so good. It's good in the sense that I'm able to observe her from a distance and do the research through audio and video and reading articles and things like that. On the other hand, it would be so nice to be able to sit with her and see how she is live, you know. I hear that she's a very powerful and
she's awesome.
Has incredible presence.
Yeah, she has. She's an awesome lady, and I'm sure you'll get the opportunity.
I'm sure eventually.
Perhaps after the movie. What was it like working with Idris? Because now this is the character that we're all waiting to see, because he plays Nelson Mandela. Idris Elba. He's an international actor. In your opinion, did he nail it?
You know, working on set with him was incredible, because had the sense before working with him that he was a really great actor. We all know that, with a lot of presence. And being on set with that presence is quite special. He's extremely professional, very warm, works really hard. And yeah, I think he certainly is as close as we're going to get to a role played by an actor of Mandela.
Now, Anant, I believe that, you know, I'm just reading through the newspapers, and I believe just one of the stories, and you can tell us whether it's true or not, is that Idris actually spent an evening on Robben Island in Nelson Mandela's cell, and he actually slept there that night, and he, just to feel what it was like being there, and actually had the sense that that cell may have been haunted. This story, is it true?
Well, you know, when he called me one day and said to me, look, I've got this idea, I want to go to Robben Island and be locked up in there. And I thought he was joking with me, and then he said, no, I'm serious. And so we made the application, and they said, no, we can't do that. And then finally he said, look, it's really so important. We appealed to the people on Robben Island, and then they took him there, they locked him up, you know, and said, he says the story about, well, call if you want to get out. And the guy locked him in with his cell phone to sort of, and an iPad to record stuff. And then after the guy locked him and left, there was no signal. So he was terrified, but at the same time, it was a moving experience for him. Yeah. And I think when I heard him, when he said that to me, I said, this guy is really going to nail this part. Yeah. But coming back to Lindiwe, Lindiwe did a phenomenal job playing Zinzi. And Lindiwe, well, I haven't told you this, but I've shown the film to Zinzi, and she loved your performance. So she was blown away by it.
How nice is that? What a wonderful thing. And I believe that Winnie Mandela, who's played by, just remind me,
Naomi Harris.
Thank you, Naomi Harris. I'm also believing that she was blown away by the performance as well. I'm reading a quote here. Is that true? Did she love the performance?
Yes, she said, you know, she was so impressed with Naomi's interpretation of her and how well she did it. She was really absolutely thrilled by it.
I'm so happy to hear this, because, you know, it comes with so much controversy having international actors and actresses portraying our local characters, but to hear that they're getting good reviews is a good thing. But a local actor, and this one I found nice, was Riyad Musa, taking on, this is Ahmed Katrada, and Ahmed saying, but I wasn't funny. I'm not funny. So why Riyad Musa? What made you go and cast Riyad? And I believe he does it brilliantly.
Absolutely. You know, he did the movie Material, and I've known Riyad for a while. We did a stand-up comic film together, and I really think he's underestimated and extremely talented. When I went to him the first time, he didn't want to play the part. He was, I think, terrified, but, you know, I had to woo him and charm him and sort of say, no, it is the right thing. But I really feel that he did an amazing job. And maybe Lindiwe can comment further on it. Yeah. But I think all of the cast, Tony Koroke, Jamie Bartlett, you know, really held their own.
Yeah. And Antant who I believe played the early life of Nelson Mandela. You talked to us about the cast. What was it like? What was the feeling on set, Lindiwe?
Well, I had very limited scenes with certain people, so did a lot of scenes with Idris Elba, with Jamie Bartlett, and everyone else's performance I kind of saw for the first time at the premiere, kind of seen them bits and pieces on set. As just to comment on Riyad, he came to Toronto as well, and I found him so knowledgeable about everything and so intelligent, and also with such integrity, and that shows through in the film. And like most people, I've only ever seen Material and some of his stand-up. You don't know how the depth of what he can do, you know. So that's really exciting. And also, I think a lot of credit must be given to Justin Chadwick, the director, for pursuing a line where he didn't want everyone to look exactly like the real people without any of the substance. And it was about doing the interpretation right and understanding the story and what are the beats. And I think that is really a really powerful and important element in all the performances, is that they are interpretations, and they're deep, substantial, well-layered, well-thought-out interpretations.
Oh, Lindiwe, this is going to do so much for your career. Are you excited?
I am excited. I do a lot of theatre, so it's a whole other world for me in a way. Yeah.
I'm so excited for you. Anant, when? Is this November? When is it coming out?
It's going to be November 29th, and it's going to hit screens all across the country. And it'll be released in South Africa first, before any other country in the world.
Yay!
And we're very excited about it. And also, I think you mentioned Atandwe, and he plays a very important part in Madiba's life. It's the early days of growing up in Kunu and being groomed as the royal. And he was speaking yesterday at the event, and you could see how significant every role in this film was to every actor. And I think, as Lindiwe says, between Justin and the team, everybody gave it 110% and more.
Fantastic. And thank you for letting us see it first. We deserve to see it first before the rest of the world. I'm so glad. Anant Singh, congratulations. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us this morning. We cannot wait. I'm going to be there in all my glory to watch this with everybody I know. Producer Anant Singh of the Mandela film Long Walk to Freedom in our Durban studios, and Lindiwe Matshikiza here in studio with us, who plays Zinzi Mandela, who, by the way, said she did a fantastic job, which she heard on Morning Live this morning, and I'm so happy for you. Last night, the South Africa trailer was launched.